Hello, my friends. Welcome to our 4-session series on yoga for energy boost. In this O-level Vinyasa Yoga sequence, we will move through poses that cover the whole body and bring energy and circulation into our muscles and joints. Through a variety of movements, you will feel your focus sharpen during balanced postures and your energy rise to meet the challenges of strengthening poses. By the end of this session, you will feel invigorated, centered, and ready to take on anything that comes your way. A vitalizing practice that will leave you feeling energized and capable. The sequence can be challenging, hopefully challenging enough for your body, mind, and heart to get all on board, but not too much till a point it becomes overwhelming. I would like to remind you that this is your practice, not mine. I am honored to be your guide here, but ultimately you are the one who's in charge. Choose an intensity that will serve you the best. For the intention and aim of this session, you do need to push a bit, like a warrior, but not just any kind of warrior. A joyous warrior who draws their power from passion rather than fear. So let's step onto the mat with enthusiasm and an open mind, ready to explore our potential and embrace the challenge. Let's start in standing position. Bring your legs wide apart, about 1 meter. Have your toes pointing forward, keeping your hands next to your thigh. As you inhale, reach your left arm up all the way. And as you exhale, we side bend to your right side. Pressing gently and strongly through the inner edge of your both feet. Keeping your high arm right over your head while keeping your low hand light with the weight. As you inhale, bring both arms up. And as you exhale, change your hand and we continue to the right side with the side bend. One more breath here. Keeping your right arm right over your head. And as you inhale, bring your both arms up all the way. And as you exhale, release your hand. Hands around your hips and we are going to fold forward with your back straight. And now from here, reach your left hand on the floor and bend your, which knee would that be? Bend your right knee and, bend your left knee and reach your right arm all the way. And changing the hand, right hand on the floor, reaching your left arm up and bending your right knee. Let's repeat this just one more time. Left on the floor, right hand up, left knee bent. Think of aligning your shoulders. Right shoulder right on top of your left shoulder. Change the hand. Stacking your left shoulder right on top of your right shoulder. And releasing your hands around your hips and coming up all the way. Have your toes pointing outward and bend your knees coming into horse stand. Or here we call goddess pose. Whichever you prefer. Horse stands, goddess pose. Whichever that would empower you. Knees nicely bent and make sure your ankles are underneath your knees, not having your knees sticking out farther than your ankle. Toes are aligned with your knees. Hands around your hips and just a couple of breaths here, feeling the strength of the leg, feeling the muscles working in your legs, your feet widened and softened and standing strongly in this stance. Let's have the palms facing up at your hip level and few breaths. And let's go a little bit lower with the hips. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Okay, now stay where you are. I'm going to ask you to do this with me, something rather funny but very satisfying. As you inhale, bring your arms up all the way, and as you exhale, make a fist and bring it quickly to your waist as you make this ha sound. This will be fun and this will be incredibly satisfying. We're going to repeat this a few times. Inhale, reach up. Extend your knees. Exhale, back to goddess pose and ha. Inhale. And exhale, ha. And again. And exhale, ha. The last one, a loud one. Inhale and exhale, ha. Stay here. Palms open once again. 3 deep breaths. Find the contrast in between your breath and what's happening in your leg. Finding a strength in your legs and finding fluidity and softness in your breathing. One last deep breath. Bring your hips a little bit lower. Inhale, come up all the way. Oof. Toes pointing forward. Interlock your fingers behind your hips. Roll the shoulders away from your ears. Straighten your elbows and let's fold forward all the way. Couple of deep breaths here. Opening the back of the leg. Giving a bit of release in your hips from the goddess stance. And also opening the shoulders. As you inhale, let's come up. And from where you are, we're going to bend the right knee and lean towards your right foot. Bring your hips as low as you can. Bring your hips as low as you can while you straighten your left knee. Let's keep the hands in the prayer position. And while staying low, we're going to change to the other side. Bend your left knee, straighten your right knee. Bring your hips down as low as you can. Let's repeat this a few times. To your right side. Bring your hips close to the floor. And to the left. Hips low. One more time. To the right. And to the left. And coming back to the center, bring your feet closer to each other, a little wider than hip wide distance, and coming into Malasana. Knees and your toes pointing same direction, elbows against your leg, align your forearms, hands in a prayer position. So here your heels may be off the floor, that's okay. Then you are adding a bit of, you will have a bit of element of balancing. If that is disturbing you, you can roll your mat or place a blanket underneath your heels to take that balancing out of the equation. Pushing your elbows against your legs, chest open, widen your shoulders, shoulder blades, shoulders away from your ears. And pull the low part of the abdomen gently in and lift it up towards your chest. Head up, gaze forward. One more breath. And now, keep the resistance between your elbows and your leg strongly. Let go of your prayer hand while keeping the resistance. Lower your right hand on the floor. While keeping the resistance, reach your left arm all the way, diagonally side. Think of reaching up and opening your chest. Bring your arms up diagonally and back to open your chest. Gaze following your left hand and change, coming back. Find the resistance through your left elbow, left hand on the ground, opening this time your right arm. Up and to the side. Bring that arm nicely back. to feel the opening along the front of your shoulder, all the way to your tricep, from your chest, and coming back to center one more time. Right elbow against the leg, right hand on the floor, opening your left hand to the side and up. One breath. Change, keeping the resistance. Right arm up and opening to the side. Back to the center. Now, keeping your feet close to each other, staying where you are, where your elbows are against the leg, just slide that arms a little bit more under. Make sure your arms are inside of your leg. Place your hands on the ground, shoulder wide distance, not too close to you, a little bit far away from you, so that you already have weight on your hand. So maybe some of you can already guess where we are going. Yes, we're going to crow pose. You may find balance, you may not find balance. It doesn't really matter. I want you to feel as you lift up your heels, lift up your hips, shifting your weight forward, shifting your weight from your feet to your hands. If you can do crow pose, stay up in crow pose for a few deep breaths. If you're not familiar with crow pose, stay with me and just shifting the weight from the feet to the hand. And going forward and giving the weight to your hand as much as you can. Going a little bit further, a little bit lighter in your feet each time. Keeping the integrity with your arms, with your core, squeezing your legs, squeezing your arms in to keep that structure. One more time, find the most lightness in your feet, keeping your gaze forward, feeling the lightness in your feet, and coming back to Malasana. One deep breath here. And now from here, place your hands on the ground in the front of the mat. Walk your feet back to plank pose. Just a couple of breaths. Straighten your knees, stretching your hips, your legs. And let's continue to downward facing dog, and let's finish with just one vinyasa. Lift up your hips, downward facing dog. And let's go. Shift your weight forward to plank, coming all the way down to the floor, either from plank pose or with your knees on the floor. Mini cobra or upward dog. And as you exhale, pushing up to downward facing dog. Oh, this feels actually really good. Let's do one more time, just to bring that fluidity. Inhale forward. Exhale, coming down in your own choice. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Oh, yes. That's it. Walk your feet forward all the way to your hands. Feet hip wide distance. Bend your knees gently. Let your arms hang and roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Left hand on your belly, right hand on your chest. 3 deep breaths. Thank you everyone for joining me on this video. When we want more in life, it's important to take a moment to ask ourselves why. Rather than simply consuming for the sake of it, we can empower ourselves by creating a two-way exchange and cultivating responsible relationship with our resources. By being mindful of how we use what we have, we can create positive impacts that extend beyond ourselves and benefit all of our relationships. Let's strive to use our resources wisely and foster a community where everyone thrives. So let me ask you, why do you want more energy? Leave your answers in the comment below. If you like this video, give a thumb up and subscribe to my channel for weekly yoga practice. I wish you a beautiful day and see you soon. Keep shine on.